The Poems of Sir Walter Raleigh. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. The Poems of Sir Walter Raleigh. Walter Raleigh of the Middle Temple, in commendation of the steel glass. 1576. Sweet were the sauce would please each kind of taste. The life likewise were pure that never swerved. For spiteful tongues in cankered stomachs placed deem worst of things which best per case deserved. But what for that? This medicine may suffice to scorn the rest, and seek to please the wise. Though sundry minds in sundry sort do deem, yet worthiest wights yield praise for every pain. But envious brains do naught or light esteem such stately steps as they cannot attain. For whoso reaps renown above the rest, with heaps of hate shall surely be oppressed. Wherefore, to write my censure of this book, this glass of steel impartially doth show abuses all to such as in it look, from prince to poor, from high estate to low. As for the verse, who list like trade to try, I fear me much shall hardly reach so high. End of poem, read by Alan Mapstone. The Excuse by Sir Walter Raleigh. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Mapstone. Written by Sir Walter Raleigh in his younger years. Calling to mind, my eyes went long about to cause my heart for to forsake my breast. All in a rage I sought to pull them out, as who had been such traitors to my rest. What could they say to win again my grace? Forsooth that they had seen my mistress' face. Another time my heart I called to mind, thinking that he this woe on me had brought, because that he to love his force resigned, when of such wars my fancy never thought. What could he say when I would him have slain? That he was hers and had foregone my chain? At last, when I perceived both eyes and heart excuse themselves as guiltless of my ill, I found myself the cause of all my smart, and told myself that I myself would kill. Yet when I saw myself to you was true, I loved myself because myself loved you. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. epitaph upon the Right Honourable Sir Philip Sidney, Knight, Lord Governor of Flushing, by Sir Walter Raleigh. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Mapstone. Died October the 7th, 1586. To praise thy life or wail thy worthy death, and want thy wit high, pure, divine, is far beyond the power of mortal line, nor any one hath worth that draweth breath. Yet rich in zeal, though poor in learning's lore, and friendly care obscured in secret breast, and love that envy in thy life suppressed, thy dear life done, and death hath doubled more. And I, that in thy time and living state did only praise thy virtues in my thought, as one that seld the rising sun hath sought, with words and tears now wail thy timeless fate. Drawn was thy race aright from princely line, nor less than such by gifts that nature gave. The common mother that all creatures have doth virtue show, and princely lineage shine. A king gave thee thy name, a kingly mind that God thee gave, who found it now too dear for this base world, and hath resumed it near to sit in skies and sort with powers divine. Kent's thy birthdays, and Oxford held thy youth. The heavens made haste, and stayed nor years nor time. The fruits of age grew ripe in thy first prime. Thy will, thy words the seals of truth. Great gifts and wisdom rare employed thee thence, to treat from kings with those more great than kings. Such hope men had to lay the highest things on thy wise youth, to be transported hence. Whence to sharp wars sweet honour did thee call, thy country's love, religion, and thy friends, of worthy men the marks, the lives and ends, and her defence, for whom we labour all. There did thou vanquish shame and tedious age, grief, sorrow, sickness, and base fortune's might. Thy rising day saw never woeful night, but passed with praise from off this worldly stage. Back to the camp by thee that day was brought, first thine own death, and after thy long fame. Tears to the soldiers, the proud Castilians' shame, virtue expressed, and honour truly taught. What hath he lost that such great grace hath won? Young years for endless years, and hope unsure of fortune's gifts for wealth that still shall dure. O happy race, with so great praises run! England doth hold thy limbs that bred the same, Flanders thy valour where it last was tried, the camp thy sorrow where thy body died, thy friends thy wants, the world thy virtue's fame, nations thy wit, our minds lay up thy love, letters thy learning, thy lost years long to come, in worthy hearts sorrow hath made thy tomb, thy soul and sprite enrich the heavens above. thy liberal heart embalmed in grateful tears, young sighs, sweet sighs, sage sighs, bewail thy fall. Envy her sting, and spite hath left her gall. Malice herself a mourning garment wears. That day there Hannibal died, our Scipio fell. Scipio, Cicero, and Petrarch of our time, whose virtues, wounded by my worthless rhyme, let angels speak, and heaven thy praises tell. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. A vision upon this conceit of the fairy queen. by Sir Walter Raleigh. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Mapstone. Methought I saw the grave where Laura lay, within that temple where the vestal flame was wont to burn, and passing by that way to see that buried dust of living fame, whose tomb fair love and fairer virtue kept, all suddenly I saw the fairy queen, at whose approach the soul of Petrarch wept. And from thenceforth those graces were not seen, for they this queen attended, in whose stead oblivion laid him down on Laura's hearse. Hereat the hardest stones were seen to bleed, and groans of buried ghosts the heaven did pierce, where Homer's sprites did tremble all for grief, and cursed the access of that celestial thief. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Another of the Same by Sir Walter Raleigh. Read for LibriVox.org by Alan Mapster. The praise of meaner wits this work like profit brings, as doth the cuckoo's song delight when Philomena sings. If thou hast formed right true virtue's face herein, virtue herself can best discern to whom they written been. If thou hast beauty praised, let her soul looks divine, judge if aught therein be amiss, and mend it by her eyne. If chastity want aught, or temperance her due, behold her princely mind aright, and right thy queen anew. Meanwhile she shall perceive how far her virtues soar above the reach of all that live, or such as wrote of yore, and thereby will excuse and favour thy good will, whose virtue cannot be expressed but by an angel's quill. Of me no lines are loved, nor letters are of price, of all which speak our English tongue, but those of thy device. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Marlowe's Song, The Passionate Shepherd to His Love, by Sir Walter Raleigh. Read for LibriVox.org by Winifred Assman. Before 1593. Come live with me and be my love, and we will all the pleasures prove, that hills and valleys, dales and fields, woods or steepy mountain yields. And we will sit upon the rocks, seeing the shepherds feed their flocks, by shallow rivers to whose falls melodious birds sing madrigals. And I will make thee beds of roses, and 1,000 fragrant posies, a cap of flowers, and a kirtle, embroidered all with leaves of myrtle, a gown made of the finest wool, which from our pretty lambs we pull, fair-lined slippers for the cold, with buckles of the purest gold, a belt of straw and ivy buds, with coral clasps and amber studs. And if these pleasures may thee move, come love with me and be my love. The shepherd swains shall dance and sing for thy delight each May morning. If these delights thy mind may move, then live with me and be my love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain. Raleigh's Reply by Sir Walter Raleigh. Read for LibriVox.org by Winifred Assman. Before 1599. If all the world and love were young, and truth in every shepherd's tongue, these pretty pleasures might me move to live with thee and be thy love. But time drives flocks from field to fold, when rivers rage and rocks grow cold, and Philomel becometh dumb, the rest complains of cares to come. The flowers do fade, and wanton fields to wayward winter reckoning yields. A honey tongue, a heart of gall, his fancies spring, but sorrows fall. Thy gowns, thy shoes, thy beds of roses, thy cap, thy kirtle, and thy posies, soon break, soon wither, soon forgotten, in folly ripe, in reason rotten. Thy belt of straw and ivy buds, thy coral clasps and amber studs, all those in me no means can move to come to thee and be thy love. But could youth last and love still breed, had joys no date, nor age no need, then those delights my mind might move to live with thee and be thy love. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Like Hermit Poor by Sir Walter Raleigh. Read for LibriVox.org by Rags. Like hermit poor in pensive place obscure, I mean to spend my days of endless doubt, to wail such woes as time cannot recure, where naught but love shall ever find me out, and at my gates despair shall linger still, to let in death when love and fortune will. A gown of grief my body shall attire, and broken hope shall be my strength and stay, and late repentance, linked with long desire, shall be the couch whereon my limbs I'll lay, and at my gates despair shall linger still, to let in death when love and fortune will. My food shall be of care and sorrow made, my drink naught else but tears falling from mine eyes, and for my light in such obscured shade, the flames may serve which from my heart arise, and at my gates despair shall linger still, to let in death when love and fortune will. End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.
Thank you.